Hi all, Shape here, and I'm pretty excited because today is the day I'm going to change my build to the one Marauder build. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my spec one more time. I'm going to give a few pointers on how to make a sword and board Marauder if you should desire, and the way that I went with my spec. Then I'm going to remove the points that I don't need off camera because you don't want to see that. That's just a chore. Turn the camera back on for when I put the points in, and I will give you my reasons for taking out the nodes that I've taken out by then, and I will give the reasons why I put in the nodes that I will put in. I've changed one thing. I took up this strength node and this intelligence node before making this video. I needed to buy a wand that was cheap at the vendor. It was a bad wand, but I wanted to know how the skills worked that I want with the one Marauder. So I picked it up and tried it out, and it was pretty decent. The DPS was very low, but that's normal because I don't have anything spec'd for it yet. But I'm still hoping that it will increase dramatically, because else I would have destroyed my Marauder after this video, and I'm gonna cry. Right, the way that I went with this spec, if you want to make a sword and board Marauder, even though I'm using a mace, I went down here with all the defensive nodes. First, these three I picked up later. Most notably Troll's Blood, 1.5% life regen, and where is this one? Another 0.5%. I went this way, picked up Strong Arm and Versatility, 20 Dex, 20 Intel. That's for the skills that you're undoubtedly gonna have. Went down, picked up Lava Lash, basically 30% increased fire damage with weapons. Any plus fire damage that you pick up, and that includes the support gem that adds fire damage to your attacks, this will buff. This is actually a pretty decent DPS increase. Went down, picked up Life Leech, and went down even further for the 2 increased maximum life nodes. I then went to Blood Magic. Keep in mind, you will need a little bit of gear before you pick up Blood Magic, and with gear I mean health. You need a lot of health to be able to support Blood Magic. You will be paying everything with your health, and the only regen you have up until this point will be Troll's Blood, this 0.5% life and the 2% leech. It may be something that you have on your gear that leeches life. So you have to have a little bit of health before you pick this up, else you're gonna regret it, especially when you use an orb for it. I then went this route, got the Resolute technique. This is a very good node. You will start to notice at the higher levels that you're starting to miss more and more, which is very annoying. With this, you will always hit. You will never get any more critical strikes, but you won't gear for it anyway, so always hitting is extremely important. I then went this route, went over here, picked up these life nodes, and Golem's Blood, another 2%, and another 1% over here. Very important, your life will go up faster than you're spending it with your skills. My choice after that was going this way and getting Iron Reflexes, going up and picking up these life nodes and the intelligence node over here. And I then went this way, picked up Armor Master. This is basically just a movement speed increase. You will notice it when you pick this up. Then went down and picked up Unwavering Stance and Berserking. You cannot evade any, well, you can evade attacks because you have a basic 5%, but you all your evasion is turned into armor anyway, so why not pick this up and never be stunned again. That's basically what I did with my spec, and I'm now gonna destroy it. But first, let me show you what my DPS is like with my current setup. Keep in mind I have a very bad weapon. That's a very bad weapon. My DPS is at 1715 with lightning strike. My health buffed is 2005, and my defensive stats are armor 49%, mitigation, resistances 75, 74, 75, chance to block, I don't have anything to increase that in my spec, and my life regen is 113.9. Alright. The time has come. I'm going to cut the video here. I'm going to put in a small video that I made about some boots that I found earlier today, and how I altered them just a little bit to my liking. And I will cut back soon. Alright, I just found these boots and I wanted to see if I can make them to my liking. I like the 25% increased movement speed, the 16% increased quantity, 220 life regen, 81 to max life, and 79 extra armor. And this is what I have. 8 strength, 9 armor, 36 max life, 14% increased quantity, and 25% movement speed. So basically it's an all-round upgrade. Let's see what I can make out of it. First of all, it has no quality, so I'm going to be spending 20 orbs to get the max quantity, to get more armor out of it. It doesn't have any percentage plus armor, so I won't gain that much from it. But armor scraps are easy to get. Come on. Alright, 280 armor instead of 196. Let's see, I've got 2 sockets on them. I'm gonna get a little more. Preferably linked. Come on. Yes, 4. 4 but no links. Got 4 fusings. Yeah, I'm happy with that, with only 1 link, and only 1 fusing. So I'm going to keep that. And let's see if I can make the colors I want. I don't know what the colors I want though. These boots are also going to be for my next build, which is going to be the Marauder, the one Marauder build. And I don't know yet. I'm going to see what I can do with these. I'll be back with it. All right, we're back, and this is what I'm left with. I made 1 alteration already because I needed to get this node linked. I took these 5 points but took out 9 points over here, basically because I don't need increased melee physical damage. Physical damage is okay, but I'm not going to use a melee weapon anymore, so those are useless. I took out Resolute Technique basically because I need the points. I really like this node, but never getting critical strikes will also hurt me with the one Marauder build, but I will explain that a little bit later. Of course I kept Blood Magic. I took out Unwavering Stance and this entire bit over here, including the Iron Reflexes. My reason for this being I will be a ranged character, and Unwavering Stance and Iron Reflexes shine much more when being a melee, so I don't need those anymore. So those are the points that I took out. Got 28 points left. I will now be putting those points in. Right. Well, first of all I need to go up. I need to go to Witch territory. I wanted to take life nodes over here, but I'm gonna have to do that later. just for more defense. What I absolutely want is iron grip. Increases the increase to physical damage from strength applies to ranged weapons. That's amazing, because I'm gonna have quite a lot of strength. I'm still at 377 and most of my gear is off at the moment because the skills are still in there, and I couldn't take any more points out because my skills needed either the dexterity or the intelligence. So strength node over there, strength node over here. Alright, let's go on. Strength node over here. That's my first intelligence node. My second, again, I need to take these nodes to go up, but I also need to take them for my gear. Intelligence node over there, and over there, over here. This is all not very important. I'm gonna stop right here for a sec, just to check. 184, yeah, I thought so. I need one more. Pretty exciting stuff for me, probably not for you, but anyway. Alright, so I'm now at the intelligence that I want. 194, I can now equip my wand. Pretty important if you're going to be one Marauder. Next thing to do is getting the dexterity that I need. I need 104 dexterity. Let's see. I'm gonna take this plus 30 agility node, which will not do anything else for me. A bit sad about that, but and this agility node. Then I've got 7 points left. Now those 7 points I want to regain the health that I lost down here. I've lost 3 health nodes in the process of deleting these. 18, 8 and 8. And it just so happens that these are 18, 8 and 8 as well. I've got 4 points left. Now the reason why this node, the Resolute Technique node, doesn't do as much for me anymore, because I actually want to be able to crit. The passive crit chance on wands is already 8%, so that's quite nice. I will not be expecting crit all that often, but the good thing about Power Siphon and the ability that I'm using is that it grants me power charges. Power charges, as stated on the character sheet, power charges increases critical strike chance by 50%. So it's not going to be awesome, but I'm still going to be ending up with a critical strike chance of about 20%. And that's important, because I do a lot of elemental damage. And critting with elemental damage, for example, imbues shock on enemies. So I'm taking static blows, which also gives me a 10% chance to shock the enemy on hit with lightning damage. Shock duration, nice, not very needed, but... And I'll take this chance to shock, 10% chance to shock the enemies on hit, so you don't have to crit. On hit it will be enough. Then I'm gonna do 8% increased elemental damage with wands, which is okay. But this one will be the filler point for me. 5% increased wand damage per power charge. I'm gonna be at max power charges basically throughout any farm that I do. So I spec'd all my points and I did it correctly. Not gonna cry yet. So I've got my gear equipped. Still have a few things to do, changing colors on sockets to match the skills that I want to use, but I'm gonna have to save that for my next video because this one is getting too long. So stay tuned for that and hope to see you in my next one.